Hi, everyone.
Good morning.
Hello, Brendan. Okay.
Professor, I had a question about submitting the paper.
Yeah, go ahead, Brendan.
So when I submitted it for me and Bishoy,
Mhm.
the heading, the numbers, it went to the left, and I had it on the right. When I viewed it through, I don't know if that's what you're gonna see on your screen.
You mean numbers where? In the
The heading.
actual...
Yeah,
Oh,
on the
the
paper.
heading. Oh, I
Yeah,
see.
I had it
Okay.
on the right, and when I submitted it, when I viewed it, it was on the left. So I was confused.
I see. Okay. I haven't obviously looked at anything because the deadline is now.
Okay.
So what I
I'm
will
not the
do...
only one. Karen
I
said,
see Karen is saying
yeah.
the same, right? Oh, glitch with
It
Blackboard.
probably just
Okay.
shows. Okay.
So what I will do, not today, but tomorrow, I will download them. And if something looks... Right. So yeah, PDF might help if that's an issue. But Brandon, when I look at them tomorrow, when I download them tomorrow, I'll let you know. If something looks screwy, then you can just... I'll ask you to resend it to me directly. Okay.
Okay.
Karen, the same to you, right? So as long as it's there, because that's when the deadline is, I will, Nick, you sent me a revised version of your paper, right? Oh, turn your camera on. At least I will match your name to your face.
That was an accident. Yeah, I sent you the revised version.
Okay. All right. Good. Not a problem. As long as you posted it as well, but I will grade the one that
was emailed.
That was emailed.
Yeah. All right. Thank you.
Not a problem. Okay. What else? Let me check and see. Actually, let me just ask you guys. It's going to be easier. Right. So obviously, Nick, Justin, and Isaac, I have it. Let's see. Denise and Julia, did you guys? I don't know if they're here yet. No, don't see anybody. So Brandon, you and Bishoy. Okay, you're good. Let's see, Melissa and Noor. Did you guys submit your Lab 2 report? Well, maybe they're not here yet. Okay. So Karen, obviously, you and Raphael submitted. Oh, Parker, did you and Amr submit the Lab 2 report? Okay, good. Okay. All right. Let's see. Next. Leroy, you and Ari, did you submit the lab report yesterday or today?
Yes.
Excellent. All right. I know Diamond has a medical emergency. Rebecca, what about you and Jeffrey? Did you guys submit the lab report? Okay. Remember, it is important that it goes through the Blackboard. Okay, I'll check my email, not this second, during the break. Rebecca, everybody else found it and you didn't. That's interesting. It's posted in experiment 2 on finding 5 in just one place so that we don't have the confusion we had with lab 1. Okay. So do the same for lab 3. Look for the link in experiment 3 in finding 5. Okay. Okay. Julia, did you and Denise submit lab 2 report yesterday or today? Denise, either of you? Denise said she will or she did? It's closed. Denise, did you submit it?
I did. Yes, I did.
Oh, okay, perfect. All right. So, okay, guys, I keep doing this, but this is just a normal practice when you work in a group, whether your group consists of just 2 people or 10. Whenever you're doing something that pertains to the group work, it has to be communicated to all the group members. So in the case of submitting it through the Blackboard, you can then text or email your partner and say, the deed is done. When it comes to you guys talking to me, when it is about the lab report, your email has to be CC'd, that is copied to your partner. And I keep saying that whenever I get a message from you regarding the lab report. Okay, your partners have to be in the loop. They also have to have the final version of the paper in case they didn't see it. So Denise, did you email Julia the version that you submitted?
Julia and I have a connected Google Docs that we do it on. So whatever I do, whatever work I do on it, she sees it too. Just like whatever she does, I see. So.
Oh, okay. All right. So it's in Google Docs. But remember, Denise, this is just a little warning. We know that Google Docs could create formatting problems. So you should, Google Docs is for me to take a look at your work if need be for the stuff that you do at home. But you should download the paper, in this case, lab report, and save it in Word or in PDF so that potential Google Docs problems are not transmitted in the process. Okay, it's just remember, because APA is such a important requirement for this work. You don't want to lose points because Google Docs has done something.
Okay.
Work. All right.
Mm-hmm.
Okay, good. Let's see who else I need to ask. Nisreen and Amanda, I know Amanda had an emergency, so there's 2 groups whose work will be submitted next week. And we are living in, as always, in difficult times. Okay, let's see. So this is, let me repeat a little bit of logistics stuff that I talked about on Tuesday, just because obviously Tuesday is not a required day, so not everybody was here. All right. Okay, that's what's left for us to do in this class. We are 2/3 into it, which means we basically have November to continue to go through our textbook and the topics in the textbook. We are done with memory, and we started and we'll continue talking about imagery today, which is not in this table. Next week, week 10 and week 11 will be on language. So, yeah. Chapter 9 is the stuff that you will be tested on next week. So read carefully. I always find that although language is a fascinating topic, okay, I am a linguist, so I can say that, but students find it difficult. So I suggest that you spend some time with this chapter. And obviously you have to do your quiz 8 due on Monday just before the elections. So perhaps I'm just suggesting that you should do it a little earlier. Don't wait until Monday. I may not be sitting there to help you with your internet if it crashed, or Blackboard if it didn't wasn't cooperating with you. So try to do it a little earlier. Then the week after, the 10th and the 12th of November, we'll do language acquisition. We don't have that in the textbook, so I will assign a separate reading for that. And instead of having quiz 9, as you can see, there is no quiz 9 in the table, we will work on language acquisition from the point of view of feral children. And the most striking case of that is the case of Jeannie. So what will happen on the 12th, and you should make sure that it's in your calendar in case you use a calendar to remind yourself of your classes, to make an effort to be there, because we will watch the documentary during class time. It's about 50 minutes, I would say. And then the rest of the class will be for you to do the quiz. I'm calling it a quiz, but it's going to be both some questions and a couple of short answer questions as well, where you have to actually write something. And you will have to do it on the 12th. So by the time the class is over, you will have to submit that. So if you can't be there on the 12th, unfortunately, that's going to be your 0. Now remember, out of 12 quizzes, only 10 will be factored into your final grade. So the reason why I suggest you do not miss it, not only because you probably don't want to have a 0, but also because this is such an important case, and it's very emotional as well. So maybe it's something that you would actually enjoy doing. And then we will have chapter 10, concepts and knowledge. That's okay. It's not the easiest chapter either. And we will finish with problem solving, chapter 11, just before Thanksgiving. And basically after Thanksgiving, we have one more week. Well, we have Tuesday the 8th. So we will finish chapter 11 and chapter 12. Both of them are actually very dense. So that's one of the reasons why I sort of split them like this, because I need to talk to you about that stuff more. Remember, there are no finals on the 8th. You will submit. Okay. So remember, you also have to start collecting your data for experiment 3. I haven't written the script yet, but I will probably do it tomorrow. So, yes. The email that I send you, this is a question from Justin, is for 2 exercises that we will be doing today. So you should download these files. If you didn't get anything from me, both of these files are available on Blackboard in the today's week, which is week 9, right? Under in-class activities, not your usual activities, but the one below it that's in blue. So you should be able to see that. So you can download that from there in case you didn't get an email from me. Right. Okay, what else? So once I program, hopefully tomorrow, maybe it'll spill into Saturday, I don't know. Then you should do your data collection for experiment 3. And then it's due, when is it due? On the 17th of November. So by then you should have collected your data, and you'll be writing your lab report 3, which is due on December 3rd. Again, in terms of the analysis, all 3 are identical, except for the one today that I gave an option to anybody who is interested to do a full data analysis for extra 5 points. Again, I don't expect you to perhaps know that, but if you are interested, I would be very curious to see if somebody could do that. Now, so that's it in terms of the what's ahead of us. I just want to maybe say a couple of words on the fact that I'm asking you to do things that perhaps you find difficult, on things that you don't know. Remember, in addition to being a linguist, I'm a cognitive psychologist, which means I know professionally what it means to help people learn. The only way you can learn is not by listening. I mean, I certainly appreciate those of you who come on Tuesdays, because it makes it much easier for me to do it. I mean, I could lecture to the screen, but lecturing doesn't do much unless there are certain issues that students struggle with and I can explain them better. So that might be the only exception. in general, the only thing that matters when you try to learn something is when you do it. And there are ways of doing it in sort of different styles, so to speak. I mean, one style is if you kind of know where your students are, which obviously I do because I've been working with you for 2 months, the teacher, the instructor could set up the threshold right at that level, knowing what you know. Let's say you don't know any statistics. I should not be asking you to do anything. Now, this is okay. It's not the best method. And the reason why it is not the best, because it's not challenging you at all. And only when you're challenged, in particular, when you have to sort of predict what's going to happen, that's where real learning happens. So the problem is that if you think, wow, let's go for the sky, then this threshold, this plane could be set very high, which will then frustrate students, learners like you guys, because you can't reach it without some additional knowledge. So that's where the problem lies. Okay, fine, Jeffrey. So I'm trying to find this middle ground in case of challenging you a little bit and simultaneously not overwhelm you too much. So I'll give you an example. I got a message from one of the students, and that person said, oh, I don't know how to calculate standard deviation. Right, okay. That's a legitimate concern, but it's not like standard deviation is something that requires a PhD in rocket science. It's actually a very, very simple procedure. So when you come up with a little problem like this, what I would like you to do, and hopefully it's coming through this entire class, I would like you to challenge yourself and do a little bit of extra work. Find how to calculate standard deviation. And obviously, there are plenty of ways of doing that. And maybe, hopefully, we'll have some time at the end of class today, second half. We'll talk more about lab reports. And then you can do it. You can do it on your own. You don't need to say, oh, I don't know how to do it. Just learn. Obviously, as we've been discussing that, the problem is that you guys are overwhelmed. There is a lot of demands on your time. But remember, it's your learning. Grade is a grade. Ultimately, I don't really care. Okay, I care because I have to submit them. I don't really care about grades. I mean, I know by working with you, even in this strange format without seeing you most of the time, I still already have an opinion on each of you. So if somebody were to ask me, tell me about this particular person, I could certainly do that. I don't need any grades for that. The grades are for the CSI administration, for the purposes of financial aid and stuff like that. And I'm absolutely not interested in failing you. I'm not. We'll leave it to that. And I don't remember. Well, that's not true. Maybe about 5 years ago, I had a couple of Fs. So I'm trying to do my best to get you motivated to learn on your own. And I'm here, and all of us who teach you are here to help you with that. So instead of saying, I don't know how to do it, tell me, can you suggest what I could do? And for certain things, like standard deviation, it's easy. I can just send you to, a YouTube video. For others, let me address yet another little question that popped up in regards of lab 1. So again, another student asked me why he didn't get the full credit for his discussion. Okay, well, we spent a lot of time talking about introduction and method. We sort of had a little bit of discussion on results, and we certainly didn't get to the discussion section. So yes, it is a problem. So one way, again, would be for me to set the threshold so low as to give you a question for every sentence that you could write in the discussion. That's unbearable. It's unbearable for me, and it's unbearable for you, because it's totally boring, and it's not challenging. And for writing, when you write about facts, yes, there is right and wrong. When you write about interpretations, and this is the 3 points that we had, which was implications, limitations, and future research, for these paragraphs to be useful, again, you have to do a little bit of extra legwork. That is, it's up to you. And if you just ramble in general, oh, practice helps, that's not something that's going to give you any points, because it's not concrete. It doesn't mean anything. So again, maybe if we have a little bit of time today, we can continue talking about what would go into the discussion. Yes, I'm imposing a structure on you, but the structure is relatively loose. The structure is the minimum. You can definitely go above and beyond that. That means, go read about a little bit about, evolution of, moving targets or whatever, moving objects, animals, whatever else might, not just the research article, but a little bit beyond that. And the easy entry point would be to look up James Nairn's website. He's at Purdue. It's well known. You could see what else he has done. And obviously he has been publicizing his work. So you can look up at the media stuff. So when you think about grades in general, A, B, and C, this is what you need to have in mind. C is when you barely meet the requirements. You still have to be correct, okay? But it's something that is like satisfactory. That's what C is. B, you're showing that you have learned certain things. You have the basic competency, and it's more than the C. It's going above that. And A means that you have demonstrated overcoming these challenges, learning a little bit on your own. And that's what, and A is excellent. So excellent means that you have to be better than basic competencies. All right. So that's the general idea. So as long as you stay within the framework of very rigid template that I imposed on you, and you do it right, you are guaranteed a C. But, do you want a C? Again, fine with me. This class does not require you to have a C to move on. You can still pass it with a D. But if you want to do something that will say, okay, it's average, it's good, then you have to go beyond that. And if you want to be really, really excellent, then you have to demonstrate this learning of how to deal with stuff that's indeterminate. And it's not vague, really. It's just that it requires you to do other things. And that's what normal distribution of grades is, right? You can't have all A's, even in a class where you guys are all, well, many of you are Verrazano or Macaulay, and others are just people whose GPA is high enough to be in that class. There's still going to be, presumably, a normal distribution of grades. Okay, that's my little spiel for today. Does anybody have any opinions on that you would like to share with us? Okay, or you can email me directly, or you can talk to me during the break. All right, so this is what we have in mind. There are several things that I want to do today. I will also would like to get back to people who were with me on Tuesday, but we'll get to that in a second. We did an interesting exercise with the method of loci. Obviously, those of you who are not there on Tuesday won't be able to do that. It's just for Rebecca, Leroy, Karen, Jeffrey, Isaac, Diamond, Ari, Parker, and Amber. I know Diamond may be not with us because she was sick. Diamond, are you with us? Oh, okay, perfect. Are you feeling a little better? I'm okay. Okay, good. All right. Excellent. I know Jeffrey just stepped out for a few minutes. So that is going to be something. So this is what I'm going to ask you to do. So in these two separate groups, because people who were here on Tuesday did a bunch of things. So for these 9 people that I just mentioned, let me go the list of over the list again. Rebecca, Leroy, Karen, Jeffrey, Isaac, Diamond, Ari, Parker, and Amr. Open up your Google Docs, or it doesn't have to be Google Docs, could be just your notebook. And what I would like you to do is to walk through your apartment house and try to recall all 20 animals that we learned on Tuesday. That don't cheat, right? Because there's no grade. This is just for us to play. The other people who were not here on Tuesday, so let's see, Nick, Brandon, Denise, Nisrian, Irene, Julia, Noor, Justin, Raphael, and Bishoy. You guys should open up the other one of the 2 documents that I sent you, or download it from Blackboard, called Mental Rotation. And let me see if I can show you this. I mean, you got that file, so you should be okay. And what I'm asking you to do is to do this little demo. The instructions are there. I barely remember any. Rebecca, just close your eyes for a second, calm down. I'm sorry to sound so trivial, but you need to clear your mind for a minute, okay? And try to write down anything you remember. Remember, your visual power is superpower. Again, I'm coming back to people who were not here on Tuesday. You guys, did everybody receive, or did, if not receive, download? Did everybody download the file from Blackboard? It's called Mental Rotation. I closed it, so I need to open it again. Yes, okay, Raphael says yes. So let me go quickly over the instructions for that. People who were here on Tuesday did that, so they don't need to listen to me. You guys who were here on Tuesday, do your method of loci recall. All right, so let's see, mental rotation, there we go. That's the file. I'm showing, oops, stop sharing. Oh, I have to do it in PDF, okay. All right, we can do that. In the file, you're going to be seeing 20 items, 2 circles with abstract arm-looking shapes in the circles. And your job is to number well, use your notebook and number 20 lines with numbers 1 through 20. Then go through each trial, which is a separate slide, of course, and then compare the 2 figures, well, 2 shapes, and then write down either S if they look the same, or different if they look different. And I'm not restricting you in terms of time, because we're not looking at reaction time data, we're only looking at accuracy for now. And now let's see if I can do it now. Okay, share, I'm back. Okay, good, Jeffrey. So your job is to recall the animals using the method of loci. Okay. So share. Show all windows. Here we go. Share. Okay, so you should be seeing my screen now. These are the instructions, the shapes on the screen. They will be rotated. There are 7 levels, 7 conditions, either no rotation 0 to 120 degrees. And this is what I'm asking you to do. I'm saying Google Doc, but it doesn't really matter. It can be your notebook. Just compare the two. It's not a reaction time demo, so don't worry about timing. And this is what they will look like. This is the actual materials from Shepard and Metzler in 1971. And then here comes the actual demo. So this is the first one. It's a little fuzzy, and then it becomes fine. So you're going to go through all these 20 shapes. Okay. All right. So now you guys who are doing mental rotation, try to ignore me. And I'm going to be talking to Rebecca, Leroy, Karen, Jeffrey, Isaac, Diamond, Ari, Parker, and Amr. Okay, Rebecca, what was number 1? You can either type it in the chat or you can say it. Okay, perfect. Let's start. Amr, what was number 2? Oh, is he with us? Oh, sorry, he's not. Okay, then Parker, what was number 2? No. Anybody else? What was yes, thank you, Diamond. Number 2 was a rat. Okay. Ari, what was number 3? Is Ari with us? Yes, he is. Ari, what was number 3? I don't remember. Okay. Who can help us? Diamond. Yes, thank you. Number 3 was cat. Leroy, what was number 4?
Was it tiger?
Fantastic. Perfect. Let's see. We don't want to ask the person. Rebecca again. What was number 5? No, not a squirrel. No, not a snake. Lion, yes. Thank you, guys. Isaac, what was number 6? Diamond, of course, because you named an animal. That's not very fair. All right. Bunny was number 6. Okay, good. Leroy, what was number 7?
I think rhino.
Which one? Say it again.
Rhino.
No, not rhino. Number 7? No, there was no elephant at all in our list. Okay. Frog. Perfect. All right. Now is an easy one. Number 8. Everybody should remember that. Mammoth, of course, Parker. Try not to answer your own question because that's not fair. Okay, who can do number 9? Oh, elephant. No, mammoth and elephant are different animals, right? Who remembers number 9? Monkey. Perfect, Diamond. Excellent. Oops, monkey. All right, number 10. Again, somebody who did not propose that animal. Goldfish. No. Number 10. Number 10. Anybody? Squirrel. Yay. Perfect. Jeffrey, Isaac, Diamond. Number 11. Leroy, not you. Perfect. Yes, koala, definitely. Number 12, anybody except Karen? Obviously, you remember, right, what you proposed. I don't want you to answer the question. Anybody who knows?
Was the squirrel?
Squirrel was number 10, Leroy. What was number 12? So squirrel, koala, and then number 12. Anybody? Sloth? No. Too early? Too early? Snake! Yes, 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 yes. Okay, number 13. Anybody except for Jeffrey? Goldfish, perfect. Number 14. Anybody except for Isaac? Bear, excellent. Number 15. Anybody except for Diamond? Oh, that was an interesting animal. Nobody remembers that? Starts with an A. Diamond. You should remember. Armadillo. Yay. Thank you. Number 16. It should be anybody except for Ari. No. Nobody. Sloth. All right. And two more. 17 and 18. Who can do those? What was the last one? First letter hint. Okay. R. R for 17 and O for 18. You should be getting the recency effect. Come on, guys. Octopus. No, that was a bird, actually. I have no idea. Okay. Ostrich. No, much more typical bird. Okay, so this is what I want you to do. I'm going to read the list again and see, first of all, well, doesn't really matter. Order. Well, if you could do it in order is perfect. Try to calculate how many of those you remembered in order. So I'm going to start with number 1 and go to number 18. So dog, rat, cat, tiger, lion, bunny, frog, mammoth, monkey, squirrel, koala, snake, goldfish, bear, armadillo, sloth, rhino, and owl. Okay, type in the chat. What's your score out of 18? Ooh, 4. 8, okay, all right. Wow, Diamond, fantastic. 15, perfect. 7, not bad. 5, 3. Ari, what were you doing? Most animals, but not in the order. The brain isn't on, I see. Okay. All right, so the idea was you could, if we spend more time, maybe if you guys were in better shape in terms of your anxiety, maybe you would have done better. But this method works if you ever are doing lists, if you're doing, biology, and they love lists of various structures and nerves and whatever. This should help you a lot. Okay, good. So now let's bring everybody together. Did you guys, those of you who were doing mental rotation, so Nick, Brendan, Nisreen, Irene, Julia, Denise, Noor, Justin, Raphael, Bishoy, did you guys finish the mental rotation?
Numbering it 1 through 20 and saying if it was same or different, that?
Yes, yes.
Yeah.
Oh, fantastic. Perfect.
Yeah, I finished that too.
Good, good. All right. But so everybody else, people who were with me on Tuesday, they also have your results. So let's quickly go through. And the way we would do that to save time, again, is going to our participants management screen, right? And if a particular item, remember that 1 through 20 is the same, click yes, the green button. If you, okay, if you wrote different, then click the no, the red button, okay? Let me just share the screen with you so that we can look at them. There we go. All right, let me open the, close this, open this.
So if they're the same, we click yes, Professor?
Right, so we are doing number 1 now, okay?
Okay.
So
All right.
if you wrote S, click green. If you wrote no, click red. And there is 17 of you, so I expect to see 17 answers or so. Okay, good. All right. Perfect. Good, good. 13, 14. Right, 13. A couple of more people. We have 17 participants. Does everybody know where to click? 15? Okay, perfect. Maybe 2 more. If I can get 2 more people. I'm trying to figure out how to open up. Nick, it's in participants. If you click on participants, at the bottom, you will see, yes, Julie is helping you. At the bottom, you will see a toolbar that has several buttons. Goody. All right, 16 is good enough. Everybody said it was the same. Perfect. Excellent. I'm going to clear that and move to the next one. Okay, start. If you said S, click yes. Good, good. Perfect. A couple more. Yeah, everybody said yes. 15 and maybe one more. Who hasn't? Ari, could you click? Okay, perfect. Again, everybody is in agreement. Let's go to number 3. Clear that. Yep. Okay, interesting. Now we have a split. Can somebody unmute yourself and explain your position? How did you do that?
I feel like it's the same shape, but I feel like if you flip it, it's like it's not gonna be the same directions. Like
Explain that. What do you mean not the same direction?
Like if I feel like if I flip the shape.
Well, choose one. Choose which one are you going to flip? The one on the left or the one on the right?
If I flip the one on the left.
How are you going to flip it? Sort of rotate it in the plane?
Yeah, rotate. No, yeah, rotate it. I don't know how to explain it.
Well, because remember, this is procedural memory.
Yeah.
Okay, but you're absolutely right. So what's going to happen when you rotate it? It's going to be a mirror image of the one.
Yeah, exactly. Yeah, it's going to be. Yeah.
And therefore, it's not the same, right?
Yeah.
So people who said yes, do you see what we are talking about? So mirror image versus rotate horizontally. Okay, good. You don't get it. Okay, Nor, let's keep trying.
Wait, so Professor. So like the top part of the image is going to the left and the other one is going to the right.
Yes, that's imagine that. Right, imagine that you.
If you turn the right, turn the right one like towards you, it's going to be the opposite way. So
right, and that's why it's a mirror image, and therefore it's not the same.
Yeah.
Okay, good, perfect. Let's clear that and move to 4. Okay, go on, click. Good, good. Okay, perfect. Yeah, almost everybody is in agreement. Okay, a few more. Come on, guys, you already have the answer, so you should be quick. Good. 12. All right. Mm-hmm. Oh, sorry. We were at 3 or at 4? At 3, right?
We just did 4.
We just did 4.
Yeah.
Okay, sorry. Okay, perfect. So almost everybody is in agreement that these guys are different, which means they are mirror images of each other, right? I want to change my mind. No problem. You can do that. Absolutely. Okay, good. Clear that. Go to 5. Okay, try to do it as quick as you can. Okay, perfect. Again, somebody changed his or her mind. Perfect. All right, excellent. Good job. All right, let's go to 6.
Wait, 6?
Mm-hmm. Mm-hmm. Perfect. Yeah, right. A couple more people. Okay, well, good. These guys are the same. All right. Clear. And move to 7. Mm-hmm. Yep. Yep. Excellent. Easy. Mm-hmm. Very good. Clear. Go to 8. Uh-huh. Yay. Fantastic. Yeah. Yep. Yep. They're different. Perfect. Again, mirror images. The bottom piece is going to go in different directions. All right. Excellent. 9. Mm-hmm. Mm-hmm. Again, think those of you who said different, try to rotate one of the shapes so it aligns with the other and see if the angles are the same. The direction of, there are 3 arms, right? 3 pieces here, 3 uh, 90-degree angles. Okay, good. You change your mind. Fine. That was 9. Clear. Let's go to 10. Yes, this one is really easy, right? Because who can guess the degree of rotation here? The values were 0, 10, 20, 40, 60. No, not even 20, Jeffrey. Come on. Look, look. 10. Yes, Nisrian. Perfect. Yes, it's just 10 degrees. That's why it's so easy. Okay, good. Clear that. Go to 11. Mm-hmm. Yep, yep, good, good. Perfect. Yep. You can see that this is going to be the mirror image of the one on the right is going to be the mirror image, the one on the left. Fantastic. You're doing so well. I'm very proud of you today. Okay, good. 12. Mm-hmm. Good. Who can, the correct answer is indeed the same. Who can guess what the degree of rotation is here? So we have
I say
0.
30
Uh-huh.
or 40.
Okay, we don't have 30. We only have
okay.
Even numbers. We have 0, 10, 20, 40, 60, 80, 100, and 120.
40?
No,
Yeah.
No.
60?
more. No, more, more.
More. Oh, okay.
Yes, it's probably either 80. There is no 19 nor just even numbers. So it's either 80 or 100. Probably 80 because I think it's not quite. Yeah, I think it's probably 80. Excellent. Good job. Clear that. Go to 13. Yep, a couple of more people. Yep, fantastic. Good job, guys. Clear that. Go to 14. Mm-hmm. 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 The person. Okay, good. Yes, everybody sees that that's the same. You just have to rotate the one on the left. I would say this is probably 20 degrees. Excellent. Clear that. Go to 15. Mm-hmm. Okay. Okay, we do have a split. Okay, you people who said yes, the correct answer is different. See if you can rotate it in such a way that you will see that this is in a mirror image. I'm rotating the one on the left, but good. So most people see that they're different. Fantastic. Claire, go to 16. Oops, too far. 16. Ah, that should be quick, 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 quick. Come on. Yay. Why is this one the easiest of all?
Because that's zero rotation.
That's right. There's no rotation here. We should be able to see that. Good job. Clear. Let's do 17. Hmm. Oh, interesting. We do have a split here. Okay. Who? Now we have 6 same and not, and sorry, 10 different. Could anybody talk us through the rotation here?
I'll try.
Go ahead.
So if you take the second image and you rotate it to the, let's just say the right, to
Okay.
make the back side to the front, then that side, it's gonna go down instead of over. Like, I don't know, it's so hard.
No,
to
you
explain.
no, you're doing the right thing, Brandon. You're doing it correctly. So the 4 people who think they're the same, can you follow what Brandon is saying? Can you rotate the right
If you
image?
take the 3 back, the one in the back, the 3 cubes, and you put it to the front, then it's immediately going to go behind it instead of to the left like the other image.
Mm-hmm. Can you see it? People who said yes? Who said the same? We'll give you 30 seconds. So rotate, you're looking at them. So much easier than doing it in your mind's eye. Any of the 4 people who can see that now that would like to change their mind? No? Okay, so that's maybe a difficult one. Perhaps this one,
So
Brandon.
this is a mirror image? No,
Yes,
right?
yeah, it is the mirror image.
Okay, okay.
Brandon, can you guess the degree of rotation here?
Like 100?
Is it 100? No, this one is hard.
Does it matter? Because like it's not the same image, so it's would that
Right.
count?
Yeah, you can do either of the two. You can either say that it's just different if it is different, or it can be the same but flipped. All right. In either case, the answer is going to be they're different. All right, that's okay. So sometimes some of them are difficult. All right, let's move on to 18. Mm-hmm. Good, good. Yeah. If you move the one on the right, the 3 bottom cubes are going to be pointing to the right, not to the left. Okay, perfect. Excellent. Let's do 19. Mm-hmm. Yeah, good, good, good. Most everybody is doing correctly. Perfect. Yeah. Last one. Fantastic. Number 20. Now we have a split again. Wow. How's that? Mm-hmm. Oh, 7-8. Who would like to, besides Brandon, who would like to talk to us and walk us through this?
I don't know the exact number, like the rotation, but like all I know is that everything is the same until like you reach the bottom, the bottom three cubes.
So what will happen to them, Justin?
Um,
So which one? Did you rotate the one on the left or the one on the right?
I have the right.
So tell us, it's a little cumbersome, but tell us in words, how did you do it?
Well, I mean, I tried like, obviously I don't know how much like the number of the rotation, but just like
So
I try to see which one goes to the right and which one goes to the left.
So what you're saying is the bottom three cubes, right? Once you rotate it, doesn't matter how many degrees, these three cubes are going to be facing left, pointing left, right?
Either left or right. The the left one, so the left image the bottom three cubes are going to the right, and the other ones are going to the left.
Very good. Can people who said yes, can you guys see that? Let's see. Don't always have my chat open. Okay, good, perfect, fantastic, good job. So this is one of another famous experiments. The correct answer is they are different, Jeffrey, not the same. Okay, excellent job. All right, let's stop that. And before we move to our last four were different. So let me ask you the following question. This is one of those rare but well established in cognition differences between men and women. So this is what we're going to do. We have, let me close this. Let's see. Let's do the following. Go back to your answers, and you know now the answers, right? Because we just talked about them. Calculate your correct number out of 20. If you changed your mind during our demo, that doesn't count. Count, okay, so Parker says 18. All right, so, okay, Rainey is 19. Brandon 18. Jeffrey 19. Julia 17. All right, okay, Nick 15. All right. Okay, let's do the following. So I was going to start telling you that one of the very robust finding that we have from mental rotation is the gender effect. That is that men are more accurate and faster than women. Now, we didn't do reaction time data, so we can't compare that, but we can compare the accuracy sort of just impressionistically without doing anything. So I'm gonna ask people in order so that I can type things in. All right, so Justin, give me your number. If you're gonna type it, then I have to open the chat as well. If you can unmute yourself and say it, it will be faster. So Justin, what's your number?
Wait for how much I got right?
Right, out of 20.
It was actually 20.
Okay, fantastic. Denise, what about you? Okay, Denise. Okay, no Denise. Brandon.
18.
18, fantastic. Melissa. Jeffrey. Oh, of course your mic doesn't work. Okay.
He said 19.
Oh, he's at 19. So, oh, thank you. Somebody, yes. Can Jeffrey, would you mind monitoring the chat and just give me the numbers out loud so I can do it faster? Okay, so Jeffrey, 19. Julia.
17.
17.
Uh-huh. Oops, where did I go? Sorry. I have to find where I went. Oh, man. Sorry, guys. Give me a second. For whatever reason, I clicked something. Okay, so Julia, 17. Perfect. All right. Noor.
13.
13 out of 20.
15, right?
13.
No, 13.
13.
13.
13. Thank you.
Mhm.
Karen.
17.
17. Okay, good. Parker.
18.
18. Good. Ari.
17.
Leroy.
18.
Good. Diamond. Okay. Nick.
15.
Rebecca.
16.
Very good. Amr. Okay. Raphael.
18.
Irene.
19.
Excellent. Nisreen.
I got an 18.
18. Perfect. Bishoy.
20.
20. And I know Amanda is not with us. So let me just quickly ask whether Denise appeared or not. Okay. So I'm going to...
Diamond.
Oh, and Diamond. Yeah. Okay. Well, okay. It doesn't really matter. I just want to quickly talk to you about this very interesting finding. The numbers are a little off because we don't have the equal number of men and women. Okay, let me close this, open this, and make it larger and show it to you. There we go. And share. Okay. Show Windows. Where is my Excel? There it is. All right. So, like I said, the numbers are a little off because we are short 3 women. So let's just have a look at the average, the mean for guys. And we don't need that. So let's get rid of that and do the same for women. Okay. What about standard deviation? Let's see. Do we have a lot of differences? Okay. Paste. Okay, so what you see in red, is it big enough for you guys to see? So what you see is that men, okay, good, averaged 18 out of 20 and women averaged 17 out of 20. Note the standard deviations. That's the second line. Let's make it blue. Oh, green. I don't know. Green. Okay. So the averages look pretty much the same, right? Close enough. But look at the standard deviations. The standard deviation tells us how far the scores disperse from the mean in both directions. So for men, it's only 1.5, which means that most of you guys performed approximately very close to the mean. But for women, we do have some outliers, right? We have somebody whose mean is higher than the group mean and somebody whose mean is much lower than the group mean. So there is a lot of men are much more consistent in terms of how they do that, and women seem to be having a lot of individual differences. So what we know from this particular area of cognitive psychology, and if you are interested in that, then 330 is going to be your course, because in 330, let's go back to our regular PowerPoint. In 330, we study mental rotation extensively because, stop sharing, because it's one of these well-established differences between men and women. So perhaps you heard about it. One of the other myths that men are from the Mars and women are from Venus and whatever. All of that is incredible bullshit. It's not that men are less articulate in terms of what they can do with the language and women are. It's not that women are less proficient in math and men are. All of these differences are non-existent. This is the only one. This has to do with spatial processing. That is how we manipulate things in space. And that's where we have had, of course, now you would say, of course, there are other things. Of course, if you measure physical, abilities, how fast you can run or how far you can throw a baseball or whatever, that of course is going to be different. And that's the way our biology works. But in terms of our cognition, out of all these multiple stories in the news, there's absolutely nothing behind the gender difference except for mental rotation. And that has been established in many variations. So you can imagine just taking this example as continue with this example. Of course, we can do other things. With this example, we know that if we take women who are, well, let's say architects, right? Presumably they will be better because they actually do a lot of rotation in their life, because they're professional, artists and architects. And it does. So it decreases the gender difference in mental rotation. What if we take people who play video games? So obviously, men play video games supposedly more than women. Actually, I don't know if that is true among you guys. So let me just ask a question to the ladies in the class. You guys don't do anything. So let's go back to our participant toolbar, and I'm asking Diamond, Rainy, Julia, Karen, Nisrian, Noor, and Rebecca. If you girls play video games, click yes. And if you don't, click no. Okay, and it doesn't matter. I mean, we're just looking at the general patterns. Okay, interesting, right? So I have four answers at this point. As you can see, my brother plays video games. I am the opposite. Okay. Out of four women who voted, 3 said no and 1 said yes. So presumably people have done so many different variations of this research, trying to see if you could boost women's ability, so to speak, to do spatial rotation. Now I'll show you the results. This is from a previous class, doesn't matter. You can see here, this is the reaction time data. This is not accuracy. As you can see here on the slide, the blue line are women and the red line are men. And as you can see, there's one little glitch. For whatever reason, women were a little better at the 100 degrees. But in general, you can see that every degree, even when there is no rotation, right? That is zero. Women are slower than men, but it goes on throughout the entire spectrum of all seven uh, degrees of rotation. So whenever somebody tells you, look, you're not good at math because you're a woman, laugh in their face. And you guys, whenever somebody says, nah, you're not very good with words because you're supposed to be spatial, also laugh in their face and tell them there's only one well-established cognitive difference, and that is in spatial rotation. Overthink. Yeah, people have done experiments where the time limitation, that is, you have to, click on, if you're doing reaction time data, you have to click as soon as possible, where people were actually given more time. And there's still, even when you're not under the participant, you're not under time pressure, women are still slower and they're still less accurate. So there is an interesting explanation that has to do with uh, all kinds of, biological chemistry, so to speak, estrogen and testosterone and all of those. Okay, so let's see. It's 11:19. Oops, we need to take a break, right? So let's take a break until 11:25. How about that? All right. Oops, not braille, of course, but break. Break until 11:25. Okay. I'm here if anybody wants to talk to me about anything. The dog is crying. Okay. Our next little exercise is the vividness questionnaire. So let's look at that. I emailed it to you. It is also posted. Let's make it bigger on Blackboard. Okay. So you need to download it or have it in front of you, and you will be using the scale from 1 to 5 while doing this little exercise. This questionnaire comes from Francis Galton, one of the pioneers of sort of imagery research in the days when we didn't think of that as imagery research. So what you have to do is you have to rate the vividness of each image. There will be 16 of them on the 5-point scale that is below. Okay. And then, so if you are thinking about this image and you don't see it so well, you're gonna rate it as either 1 if you don't get anything at all, or 2 if it's sort of vague and dim and not very abstract, for example. And if you see something, this is about your imagery, so it's not about looking, it's about thinking, right? Then you're gonna, if you see it very vividly, as if you're looking at that scene or object, then you're gonna give it a 5. So I'm asking you to do it twice because for the first time, you're going to be doing it with your eyes open. And the second, so you have to go through all 16 items just staring somewhere, maybe in the window or the ceiling, whatever. Then you're going to come back to the top and now close your eyes and then do the rating again. So this is the actual questionnaires right here. As you can see, there is the left column with open eyes. There is the right column with closed eyes. So you're going to have numbers here from 1 to 5. It will go on until the bottom. And there you have to sum up all your scores for doing the imagery with your eyes open and then doing it with your eyes closed and then getting a difference. So go on, do it, and then type in chat the difference.